Yeah. What are some misconceptions people may have about sustainable fashion and climate art? What are you trying to go against?
Okay, let me start with something that's more niche, which is upcycling. Like people usually think that, oh, it's easy. It's like it feels like it's just like, like wave your magic wand and suddenly one thing becomes another. But you the before and after, between before and after, there's like many hours and hours of work. And those hours usually get unnoticed or unrewarded. And a lot of it is passion, but a lot of it is also like expectation of you should be able to perform and execute it well no matter what. um, and that is a misconception that I feel is very unfortunate, because like a lot of textile work, even for tailoring and or repairing, it feels like um, it is underappreciated a lot. Like people are expecting really stellar work for little money or for free. I used to call it, and I'm still calling it to this day, like high fashion expectation with fast fashion budget.
Yeah, I was thinking that. It must be because they're so used to getting it like this, so they think, "Oh, you should." Yeah, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, you want to make like two shirts and you want to make it into a dress? Cool. I will pay $60 for it. And no, it's probably like 500 bucks, if at least, because it's just a lot of work, like deconstructing things too. Like this is actually common too in the industry. Like people, when they are recycling things, when they are recycling textiles, they are breaking down something, that a product that already exists, breaking them down into components or to main ingredients or whatnot, and then they have to process it again to become something new, right? So they're not working with something that is pristine and out of the bolt or out of the factory and all that. So the breaking down itself, it's very labor intensive, time consuming, and expensive. So so that's the thing. Yeah. So there's a lot of that happening in the sustainable fashion, and that's why there's that friction of pricing always. The style thing has been bridged a lot more in the past few years. Styling used to be an issue for sustainable fashion. People used to think that sustainable fashion is just like those moss green or khaki colored fleece, whatever, and that is sustainable, but it's super expensive. But now the styling for sustainable fashion is now on par, if with the traditional fashion. But the pricing, it's hard, especially in this kind of climate right now, where the funding is drastically drying up, or non-existent. So I feel that too for Ripping the Runway, and to some degree fashion Fafa Foam Studio as well. Like we used to, like last year we could get like a leading sponsor, like a brand sponsor to do our signature event. Like this year I'm seeing even people who have been doing this climate activism and artivism for a while, they do not get anything. And so when we did not get anything, I was like, "Okay, this tracks. This tracks with what's been happening so far, and it's just going to be more and more challenging." But that's why it's very important to have good partners and collaborators that you want to have long-term relationship with. And when you have that, you get resilience, you get support, and once again, you get community.